Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today for your daily tarot reading. I always ask you to choose the stone that draws you today, and we'll begin. I'll put the timestamps in the description box so that you can find your stone quickly. And here we go. For those of you who chose the orange stone, we've got the Death card. My goodness. And we've got that. Don't worry, don't freak out just because I say my goodness. That's a powerful card, but it's never to be feared or dreaded. It means an ending. Okay, so we've got the Death card, the Ace of Coins, and the Seven of Wands. All right, but my reaction to that is telling. It did feel quite powerful, like there is an end to something, but that's okay because look at this. The Death card, a lot of times, is our acceptance of an end. It's an ending that would maybe not be the worst thing because, see, now look at this person. I was studying this card yesterday. It's interesting it comes up. Look at this guy. He's actually standing on the edge of a cliff down here. So he's standing his ground against attacks or challenges or, sometimes I think these wands can be just a million things to do because wands are goals, but a lot of times attacks, challenges, criticism, sometimes internal criticism, but he's feeling a little bit like he could fall off the cliff. But he's not. He's not. He's strong. He is stubborn. He is tenacious, and he's standing his ground. But the Death card comes in to say it's like spirit bringing an end to something for you. when there's something that's been in your life that's just been so hard, it's just been so challenging, it's been so difficult, and so this can be spirit helping you and responding to your wish to be done with a certain pattern or dynamic, a certain something. And it doesn't mean, the Death card, just because there's an end to something does not mean that anybody else could see it. You know what I mean? It does not mean that you've lost someone, or you've left a job, or you've left a home, or you've left, you've stopped a certain, oh goodness, habit that everybody could see you stop. It can mean those things. But a Death card can also simply mean I'm done with this inside. I really am done with this. I am ready to let something go that's been just too difficult for me, just too stressful, too challenging, had me feeling on the edge, So really, Spirit is also at the same time bringing in opportunity for greater security. Pentacles, coins are health, wealth, or other sources of security. So at the same time, and in fact, that may be how the end of something is happening. Spirit's bringing in an opportunity for greater security. So maybe some of you are going to be relieved and able to say, okay, well, I don't need to, if it's a job situation or if it's a money problem. Some of you may be saying, wow, I now have the opportunity. I don't need to keep standing my ground. So here we go. This is a change. It's a change. And frankly, I think it's a change that is perhaps meant to happen. Yeah. So interesting. It'll be different changes for different people. But I do like all this spiritual help and support here. Okay. For those of you who chose the citrine, the white with the sparklies, the sparkly yellow. Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the World card, and we have the King of Swords. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is fortune coming around in your favor. It really is an ending that is a success. That's what I'm seeing here, because the World is a completion. It's a success. You've got the world in your hand. It's a feeling of, oh, I've arrived. And these powerful major arcana, it couldn't be more about the time you're in your life than about this particular day when we see two major arcana like that, plus the King of Swords, which is always a very powerful card as well. So there may be something that you've done well with, you've succeeded, it's ending. And it might be time for a new era coming in. And the King of Swords, there might be something that needs to be said or done, or a plan that needs to be made that's simply logical. You know, I like it when I get to the place, if I'm coming into a new era in my life, in some part of my life, I like it when it's patently apparent to me and to everyone else what needs to be done. You know, when logic, we can at that time just say, okay, well, it makes absolute sense. I need to do this, even though it brings a big change, or even though it allows me to roll with a big change. I need to make the plan that makes sense. That's what that is. So that's truth. That's logic. It's a new era coming in, and it's very apparent to you if you use your logic, and easy for other people to understand then too if they bother to listen to you. So it may be something you need to say to bring in a new era. It may not be. Just may be something you need to think with that sword. You know, the King of Swords, he's also good at sort of hearing from the other side, taking that Ace of Swords, you know, from Spirit and wielding that, you know, taking that inspiration, that revelation, that epiphany. So these actually are terrific cards. Terrific cards. And I think it's just time to call one era of your life a success and move into something else that's good for you. All right. Let's see. We've got the greenstone. Whoever picked the greenstone. We've got the Hermit. We've got the Three of Wands. And we've got the 10 of Coins. So the Hermit is a spiritual card. And with this 10, I almost wonder. See, this is about family. The security that your family lends you. Or you lend the rest of your family. Because coins are security. And you have the generations. You've got an older man here. You've got 2 young people, their child. So the Hermit a lot of times comes up when family members from the other side have a message for us. A lot of times. Or it can be spirit, it can be angels, it can be source. But there may be a message for us. It's a good time to meditate. It's definitely going to be a message that will make you more hopeful. So that's how you know it's from spirit. It will make you more hopeful, because this man is hopeful as he looks out across the sea waiting for his ship to come in. He's got time and effort invested in something, and it's time for it to pay off. And we've got the 10 of Coins here. That's just telling you that's a security card. That's saying ultimately you're safe. Ultimately you're secure. And you know, we all are. We're eternal beings. Nothing can harm us, frankly, eternally. But of course, that's not what we worry about. We worry about tomorrow. But, you know, we are eternal beings. And sometimes spirit on the other side wants us to know that, you know. This is just one lived experience in this human form. So a Hermit may have some kind of message for you. I think it's a nice message. I think it's an encouraging message with this Three of Wands. I think it may be a security kind of message. You're safe. We're here for you. But it's a good time to spend a little time alone meditating. Or if as you've listened to me, it's come to you what that means. That's wonderful too. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. For those of you who chose the dark stone, this is a garnet. We've got the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Okay. Well, isn't this interesting? Minor arcana, so probably not anything major, but it may be sort of how your day could unfold. There may be something that reminds you of a previous frustration. I feel like maybe you're waking up knowing what that is. I feel like maybe even it's not any big deal. It's just, you know, it could even be having to go to a job you don't like, or it could even be, goodness, you know, having the same conflict, you know, minor conflict with a certain family member. It could be your own thoughts that kind of tend to come back to you and are hard on you. But this Three of Swords is something like that. And because we don't have any major arcana, I don't think it's anything super huge. But it's like that. It's there. And yet then we have the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords. So we have this sort of like, the Four of Swords is always about retreat, take care of yourself. You know, a lot of times it's about that. You know, don't fight the battle today. Now, there are swords on the wall. Sometimes that's it's not about fighting a battle or moving forward with a plan. Sometimes it's about just putting your thoughts up on the wall, you know, and resting. So if it's your thoughts that are creating pain for you, creating some hurt that tends to come now and again about the same issue, Spirit is very clear about this, to put those swords up on the wall. You don't need to figure it all out today. In fact, take good care of yourself. In fact, this could be saying you could be having those thoughts partly because you're not feeling very well. Maybe you're feeling a little under the weather. You know how that goes. We tend to have the worst thinking when we're tired or we're hungry or we're a little sick or, you know, we're overly stressed for too long. There's a very physical component to that. So this could be advising you to take good care and retreat from that. Now, retreat can mean rest, you know, laying down and resting. Occasionally, it can mean unplugging from things and actually being physical and getting exercise and getting out there and doing something different that tends to give you something else to think about, you know, something positive to think about or constructive to think about. So I think that if you take a little time to retreat, I think you'll find the cure for this. And the Four of Wands is enjoying your home. It's improved emotional energy in your home. It can be a get-together. It can be an improvement you're making physically in your home. But it's a feeling of, it's a nice feeling, and it's usually involving interactions with somebody in your home, interactions with someone in your family, your group of friends. So this is actually a lovely card. What I'm seeing is you really turn your day around. If you had any kind of difficulties yesterday with your thinking or even this morning or at any time during the day, man, you turn that around right quick by taking good care of yourself. And then you have a lovely time. So that's what I'm seeing. So you have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.